righty. Really excited to be 2-0. Always happy to get a win. Never going to apologize for that or be upset with that. It's hard to win. We're going to celebrate wins. I thought, our defense started the game really fast. 2 turnovers, 2 short fields. We were able to find a way to punch it in there. I think, credit Lamar. We were probably throwing a catch away from going up 21-0, and when we didn't do that, then they went on that long drive and kind of settled in, and they kept the ball away from us, and then we turned it over and were really inconsistent and allowed the game to kind of slow down and be played at their tempo and their pace. And like I said, Blaine does a really good job. I think they deserve a lot of credit. It's a unique game when they go 3 of 17 on 3rd down and hold the ball as long as they did. That's probably because of our turnovers on offense. What's up?
Last week the takeaway was, hey, really good to find some things to work on in a game where we won and played very well. I guess this game it kind of felt like there were a little bit more mistakes, I guess, from our perspective. What's your kind of takeaway from that mentality? Yeah,
you look at we had 7 penalties last week. I think we had 4. The 2 that are disappointing, I think we had a late hit on their sideline, and then late in the game we had a procedure penalty because we had a receiver moving when we sent somebody in motion. Those are things that have everything to do with discipline, and that's never okay. The other 4 or 5, I can't remember all what they were, but we definitely had more. And then I just think at the end of the day, the turnovers. We had in the second half, I think we had 3. And that's I think what kept us from ever being able to really pull away. But again, I'm not going to take anything away from Lamar. We're happy to be 2-0.
A week ago, you were talking about the fact that North Texas had started a week before you, and there's usually a jump or an improvement between week 1 and 2. What changes did you see in your team between 1 and 2?
I don't really know. I think we came out, obviously on offense, our first drive, we ran the first play intentionally. We were trying to, run something that's a little bit out of character for us, but that's the exact formation that the Pony Express ran a play out of to beat Pitt in the '83 Cotton Bowl. Now, we didn't run the option because that's not what we do, but we ran stretch. So that was just to pay tribute to the Pony Express guys. You saw Eric, Craig, and Lance and those guys here today. And that's the exact formation. They ran an option play. Lance scored, and they beat Pitt to end that season. The second play, we didn't have a clean block on the perimeter. They got Rasheed for a no gain. Then we took a shot, and we were a little off, so we punted. I think after that, we got 2 turnovers. We punched them in. Then we went on a drive, and like I said, we were poised to make it 21-0. We didn't. It was 17-0, and I felt like maybe then we kind of relaxed a little bit, and our intensity might have dropped a little bit then. I thought we came out with the right intentions in the second half. Again, we had the 3 turnovers on offense, and we just weren't able to get off the field at times on D. So,
go
ahead.
What did you think about Preston Stone getting in there in the 4th quarter, scoring his first career touchdown? What are your kind of thoughts on his performance?
It was good. It was good for him to get in there. He made a really nice throw on the 3rd down on the glance backside to, I think it was Austin. And then, tempo, they came off the edge. He pulled it and showed his athleticism by getting in the end zone. I thought he looked good. They got him on a play on the interception. The end dropped right in the window. I don't think he ever saw him. That stuff will come with experience and playing, which is what he needs to do. So, but you can tell our guys are really excited for him when he scored that touchdown.
What did you think of Belton and TJ, especially TJ, that long run, score his first touchdown?
That was big. The way they were playing us, they were trying to play a lot of 3 deep and cover 2 and keep everything in front, not let us have the explosive plays. So we had to run the football and be a little more methodical sometimes. And, I thought TJ had that big run right after they'd scored, I think, to make it 17-7. That put us back up 24-7. Belton had a big one to start the second half. We were able to lean on them and move the ball when we needed to up front, running the football. I think, again, just the turnovers kind of made us kind of start and stop and sputter and be inconsistent.
What kind of maybe went into Trey and Kamar not having any touches?
Yeah, Kamar tweaked his ankle this week. I don't think it's anything serious. Really thought he'd go after warm-ups. Didn't feel like he could. Trey had just been having a sore groin. All intents and purposes, he was going to start, and after warm-ups, didn't feel like he could go. So that's how it went down.
How nice is it then to have a Velton Gardner, a TJ McDaniel, and those guys?
Yeah, it's great. Obviously to have TJ back healthy and then have Velton back this week from last week. So I think our goal is next week to not lose a running back in warm-ups. But and then even Tyler Levine, he got a little banged up, but I think he's okay too.
You mentioned this week that everything's new about this team. Obviously, first year coaching, and there's learning lessons that come with it. I guess though, are there some games where there's maybe less learning lessons than others, and in some games you're just happy to be victorious. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Until I look at the film, it's hard to answer that question probably as transparently as you'd like.
Mhm.
I do think, look, it was probably good that it wasn't easy. We just didn't walk out here and roll through it. We sputtered on offense. After the first quarter, we struggled to get off the field at times on D. But our guys didn't quit. Defense didn't let them in the end zone more than once. And the one thing I never sensed on the sideline was any kind of frustration or panic from the guys. Because, I mean, look, y'all seen our schedule. I mean, the preseason's over. It's about to get real, both out of conference and in conference. And, there's going to be a lot of ups and downs and adversity. And we're going to have to be able to, weather those storms and respond probably better than we did tonight. But it's good that we had opportunities to have to do that tonight.
Is it nice to kind of have a lot of teaching points and moments, before you do get into games like Maryland and TCU?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, we'll look at the film just like last week. We'll learn from it. We're really happy to be 2-0, and I just hope, once we wake up tomorrow that we're not too beat up. I think there's some guys that we'll have to wait and see a day or two where we are.
You mentioned the schedule's going to get harder. How much did you and your staff talk to your players about not playing Maryland this week and not looking ahead, and how concerned were you about how their focus might be tonight?
I wasn't concerned about their focus. I thought they had a good Friday morning. I thought they were ready to play. We didn't mention Maryland one time all week. I mean, we were prepared to play Lamar. That's just that's how I was raised. You don't ever look ahead. People are human. Who knows? I don't know what our kids were thinking. I never asked them. We talked about trying to come out and play better football and be us. And at times early on we did, and then obviously we probably didn't over the course of the game as much as we'd like. Like I said, it's a weird game. You look at the numbers and, you'd have felt like we played better than it feels like maybe we did. But I think Lamar, give them credit. Like I said, we had turnovers that anytime you turn the ball over, it's going to be hard to be consistent.
What did you think of Tanner Mordecai today?
I thought Tanner was solid. I thought he was steady. I think we dropped a few balls. His interception, that was probably on me. Our right tackle got beat, and he got pressure and got hit and wasn't able to put anything on the ball, and that's why it floated down the middle of the field. I'm not totally sure what the boundary safety did, if he misread it or not, but we had the matchup we wanted with Rasheed down the middle of the field and just weren't able to execute the throw, and I probably could have put him in a better position on that one. But, I mean, hey, he had a touchdown dropped that would have put us up 21-0. I think the first drive of the second half, no, we fumbled. The second or third drive that we sputtered, I think we dropped 2 balls at least on that drive, maybe 3. So I thought Tanner was solid and steady again, and, we just got to be better around him.
Rasheed had a fumble and then came back and was normal Rasheed.
Yeah.
I mean, did you like to see that?
I did. I mean, look, stuff happens. He caught a glance. It was a really good throw, and I don't think he saw the guy coming from the side and got whipped, and we got a hold on the football. But I was proud. He got up, ran off the field, and came back and caught a touchdown later. And so that's what I'm saying. Like, it wasn't clean per se, but, from Rasheed to Tanner to our staff, I just thought everybody just kind of hung in there and just went about our business and made the adjustments we needed to, and we're happy to get a really solid win.